everyone, it's Ginger from WebWench DIY Nails, and I'm back with you again after finishing the Geode look here on my left hand. I'll link that in the cards and the description box below. Today we're going to do my right hand, my dominant hand, which I've already prepped. I've done the cuticle care, builder gel, peel base. I'll leave links to all those products in the description box below also, but to save some time, we're going to get started right away. Having done all of that, I've doubled the speed of most of the clips in this video in interest of keeping it a reasonable length. I really didn't want to cut out any of the details because I did a different design on every nail. I've already started with the solid black on the nails that would need the black background, and the other two fingers, the pointer and the ring finger, are getting a nice healthy dose of the Opal Dreams glitter from Sparkle & Co. These are all the same. These two glitters I used in the Geode design also, but these two wound up being my favorites. And almost immediately after I finished my left hand, I got ideas for this hand. So right here you see me pressing the glitter down on my finger after I dipped it. And that's just to keep the glitters flat. I'm going for the thinnest layers I can get, because I know that I have some additional work to do after I get the dip powder design finished. I have a few little other fun things that I wanted to do and try for the first time. Everything seems to be a first because I'm still so new to this. But that's okay. We're going to go through it together. Let's see. It's important. I left this in because I sometimes forget, and I can always tell when I haven't stirred my powder or when I've forgotten. It's not as fluffy, and it doesn't, your layers are a lot thicker, I've noticed, when your powder is not stirred and fluffy. That's also why you'll see me putting, after I pour over a finger, a lot of times I will put the powder right back in the container, and that's not because of OCD or anything, it's just because that flower is a lot fluffier, and I want to keep everything fluffy and light so that my layers are thin. And sometimes it even works out that way, so that's really cool. Not always. So at this point, I I, I got through the first uh, layer on all nails. I had a plan for the thumb, and it was pretty much a solid black nail it was going to be. And the black here is the leather corset from Sparkle & Co. And it's quickly becoming one of my favorites, not only because it it it, it applies nice and thin the way I like. It doesn't get chunky. The application with leather corset is actually really nice. In 2 layers, it's very pigmented, so it only takes 2 layers to get a nice solid coverage with this color. And as an extra added bonus, it also glows in the dark. It glows a nice vivid light blue. And when I say vivid, I mean vivid. It doesn't last very long. It's like 15 minutes and the glow is gone. But while it's there, it is intense. I have pictures of it, or a video of it, at the end of this video. This this index finger was interesting. I've had this idea that oh, well, you've seen it. We've seen pretty much everything in photographs. Um, if you're in the nail groups on Facebook and stuff like that, this alternate French kind of look where there's a different colored tip, but it's a V. Not the claw kind of V where it makes it look like you've got a stiletto, but it's like an illusion. I want to try that soon too, but I wanted to try this first. And basically my idea was laying the tip of the finger in at a slant both ways. First the right side, then the left side, and eventually I would get that V. It worked out pretty good. I was actually surprised that it worked. And I just wanted the this incredibly beautiful Opal Dreams color in the bottom portion of the nail. Now this middle finger, I've always wanted to try um, half glitter on the diagonal, half solid with one of those strips, the silver strips that we get in sticker sheets. I hadn't tried that yet. So that was my idea for that nail. Um, and again, you'll see that I try to remember to push down, or I just use my finger. Some people use a little tiny plastic baggie over their finger and they press down the glitter with that. I just use my finger. Art school told me not to be afraid of a mess, and as you will see, I am not afraid to make a mess. I don't mean it most of the time. It just kind of happens. I just don't I don't let anything interfere with the creative process, and I clean up afterwards. You shake the glitter a little bit. If you lay it out in a liner or any other you know, dip powder container, if you shake it up a little bit, the bigger glitters float to the top, so to speak, and you get if you lay your finger in the glitter instead of pushing in to dip, I find through trial and error that that is the best way to get a full coverage with the glitters. I mean, the reason we use glitters is because we want the glitters to show. We don't want them all spread out. So if you just shake your container a little bit, the glitters, the bigger ones, will float to the top. And when you lay in on top of them, that is what will stick to your dip base. And it takes a couple times of practice and you'll get it, and you'll see that all those wonderful, glorious glitters will shine very nicely for you when you do that. Now on this finger, I did the tip with the Opal Dreams glitter, and on this first pass, I put clear with it. The idea being, um, I was testing a couple of theories on the dip with the over the darker color. And I thought if I used clear on that second on the pinky, that I would get a more defined glitter on that nail. And you see on the middle finger, I just poured the black after I dipped into the glitter, knowing that that was going to make it a little bit darker. It would be like a shade, a grayer shade with it. And I kind of liked that. I wanted that. It helped me get a different shade, like an in-between shade between the black and the glitter, and that's what I wound up with on the pinky and the middle finger. And that's kind of what I was going for. I wanted an offset, and I think it works nicely here. You can tell me what you think in the comments below. So I just go on and I do the second coat on all of them, pretty much doing the same thing I did the first time again. And there's not a lot of deviation here. It's literally the same thing over again. Press down that glitter. My liquids are drying kind of fast on me, so I couldn't really scrape off a lot. Left me a lot of filing to do. And here we see what it looks like after the second coat, second layer. And now we're going to go in with a, a, a layer of clear over everything because I'm getting ready to activate and put a one layer of gel top coat on. And the reason I was doing this, well, number one, I wanted to encapsulate the glitter with the clear so that I could file and shape my nails the way I like them without scratching the glitter. Without that clear coat in between your file and the glitter, you will start to file the color and um, sometimes they have hollow on them. You'll file that right off if you don't have clear there. So that's why I do that. And at this point, let's see, yeah, I've filed them down. I probably could have, I can always file, I should always file more than I do. I just get excited and want to get to the next step. So at this point, I've filed and shaped the nails, and they all have two coats of everything, and I'm gonna put the eye gel uh, no wipe top coat on. And you'll notice that I always hold my fingers upside down when right before I put it under the light, and that's to allow the gel to allow gravity to take the gel down and self-level a little bit so that I don't plan on doing any more filing after. I don't plan on it, you'll see. But, if it self-levels and you get a nice top coat, that would be, it's gonna act as the base for the nail art that I do. Go through and I put the top coat on each of the nails. I cure it under the lamp for 60 seconds. I do try to cap my edges with the top coat. I have peel base on, so I like it to last at least a week. I usually get about 10 days out of a mani when I use the peel base. And that's because I do things like cap my free edges. Now we're ready to actually apply the nail art, the stickers, and I got some micro gems. It's hard when you're ordering everything on the internet and you can't actually see what they are, but you'll see these are cute. I had never I've seen tons of videos where people use these silver line stickers in a whole bunch of different ways. There's so much stuff you can do with this. I had never taken the time to use them before, so I have all of these ideas for them. So two of those ideas got added to this manicure, and I am thrilled with it. I'm thrilled. It's such a nice effect. It's kind of a classy look, and it's it's relatively easy. Yet again, it's a low difficulty with a high payoff. And yes, I know this would have been a lot easier if I had used scissors instead of clippers, but I was filming and it was really late. It was the same night I did the Geode mani. So this is like phase two in the same night, and it was really, really late, and the scissors were like all the way on the other side of the room. So I just used what it was in within arm's reach. Yeah, it would have been worth the trip across the room to get the scissors. I agree. It is a very interesting skill that you have to build to apply these lines on your nails, especially I am a righty, so doing everything with my left hand is difficult to begin with. But then we take a tiny little strip of silver sticker and we try to get it in a very precise location using one hand. That was interesting. It wasn't as I mean, I got it eventually, but I had to laugh at myself when I saw what I was trying to make my fingers on my right hand do to help get it. It was just like, if you're a contortionist, you'd be a lot faster at applying these. I think I am not a contortionist, so it was a fun little puzzle to figure out really, really late at night or early in the morning, whatever you want to say. It was Saturday, or I started all of this on a Saturday, and I had plans for Sunday that I didn't want to show up to with only one hand done. And yes, I still have a problem staying in frame. I haven't been doing any of this very long. Nails, videos, anything. I get some questions sometimes from ladies in the group nail groups that I'm in on Facebook. And, even though I say, oh, like, like the Geode one, Marla Chris did a video. That's what I watched to do mine. You could go watch that. I give them the links to, oh, builder gel. Sure, Marla's got a great video for that I followed when I learned. But they just, you know, they want to see what I do. So, okay, it's no big deal. I have the setup. I might as well give it a shot. I suppose this is the best time to reiterate the fact that I am not a nail tech. I've never been a nail tech. I never want to be a nail tech. I like doing my nails. I've been doing my nails for a very long time. Um, just recently learned about and started doing dip powders for myself. And of course, now I do my daughter's and my mother's nails too. But that is where I would like my list of nail companions to end, because in doing my mother and my daughter's nails, I've realized that I'm much better at doing my own nails. And I have this anxiety about hurting someone with some of these, like the e-file or the chemicals that we use. I would just feel terrible if I hurt someone. So, and I mean, it's inevitable when you're doing this kind of stuff. So, I mean, how many times have you gone to a salon and they nicked you, or you wound up bleeding because they got your cuticle or something? I mean, even the professionals, I just don't want to be inflicting pain on anyone. So I will, if I hurt myself, that's fine. That's my own fault. Nobody to get mad at. So here I'm going in with a little bit of that gel top coat that I used, and I just put like a dot right where the two pieces of silver meet on this nail. And I kind of dipped it into these tiny little rhinestone type things. And the reason I use gel to do this is first of all, my delivery of jewel adhesive hadn't arrived yet. So I figured with gel, at least I could flash cure it for like 10 seconds and they would stop moving and they would just stay where I put them. So that's why I did that. And then I just put a little gel around, just a line of gel around, close to, but not on my cuticle, um, on the black dip tap powder, not on the space between the dip powder and my cuticle. I left that there for easier care and stuff. But I just put the gel there and then I kind of lined them up as you see here and got like I don't know, it looks like a smile of rhinestones at the bottom of my thumb. I don't know what to call it, but I liked it. So as soon as I got them where I wanted them, I flash cured it for 10 seconds and then I just made sure that everything was lined up right on both of those nails and I cured for 30 or 60 seconds real quick before I encapsulated them in another coat of uh, gel top coat, which is what you'll see me doing here. I just put them right over. They're not real rhinestones. They're like thick glitters, pretty much. Thick glitters, I think, is probably the best way to call them. I'm not really sure what they are. They're not rhinestones. I thought they would be, but they're not. But that's okay. They wound up looking cute anyway. I usually don't like texture on my nails, so it was an experiment, and I don't mind them really. It looks it the you know they look really cute, so I like them. I'll put up with having you know little little big glitters on my nail. So overall, between the line of silver on my middle finger and the silver lines that I got to line up with the V on my index finger and the rhinestones on my thumb, I was thrilled. I really was. I think it's kind of a classy combination. It's actually a whole lot of testing of different theories that I had on one hand, but experimental or not, I think it came out pretty decent. Let me know what you think. Have you subscribed yet? Just saying. I have a lot of ideas. I plan on filming my mayonnaise from now on, just so that because I have a very busy full-time job, I don't have a lot of time to spend answering questions and stuff on Facebook. So I figure it's just easier. I learn from watching somebody else do something, so I'm hoping that this will help people like that learn the same way I do, you know, to see. Why do I always forget or I'm unable to get the cuticle oil off my nails? I know why, because I never put alcohol on the lint-free wipe that I use. That's why. Not a bad ending shot, though. I love this Manny. If you love this Manny, hit that like button. Give it a thumbs up. Look at this glow. Oh my God, I can't even tell you how much fun it is. I don't know about y'all, but I find myself sticking my hands in my UV light or going outside and just holding my hands in the sun just so I can go inside and watch it glow. And here it is, two of my hands with a definite theme. I can sense a theme here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, let me know what you liked, let me know what you didn't like. I'll see you all very soon. I'll get better at pictures too. Take care.